Pythagoras said. The universe is not written with letters, but with proportions, with numbers, and with harmony. And music is nothing but mathematics heard by the soul. There is something hidden in life, something the eye does not quickly perceive. A silent order. An inner rhythm dwelling behind the visible, just as meanings dwell behind words. When we look at the world, we see scattered forms and events. A day begins, a day ends, a small decision, a passing step, a fleeting encounter. But deep down, nothing happens without a pattern. The brethren of purity saw that existence always has two faces. An apparent face, like the calm surface of water. And a hidden face, like the unseen current that moves everything. Numbers here are not mere calculation. They are the language of this fusion between the outer and the inner. Between what appears to us as chaos and what is, in truth, a precise order. Every experience you go through may be a mathematical lesson for the soul. Not because life is a matter of rigid numbers, but because the soul itself seeks balance, a correct proportion, an equation that does not falter. Contemplate your heartbeat. It does not beat randomly. It follows a universal rhythm, as if part of a grand music we only hear when we fall silent. And contemplate your daily steps. A small decision may seem ordinary, but it is part of the total pattern of the universe. As if every act is a new number added to the sequence of your life. Happiness, perhaps, does not begin from the outside. It begins the moment you realize that within you lies a constant order. And that virtue is not a mere quality to be spoken of, but a harmony between thought and body. Between what you wish to be and what you actually do. Even silence is not emptiness. Every silence carries a subtle note. And every note can be understood, as Pythagoras understood, through numbers and harmony. For the entire universe is a numeric harmony. And every ethical act is a correct equation in life. And every day, an opportunity to restore internal balance. As if returning to the center, to the one, to the original unity. This is not a lesson, but a contemplative whisper. Perhaps we do not live in a world of things, but in a world of proportions. And within every apparent, lies a hidden waiting to be understood. Every experience in life is a mathematical lesson for the soul. Not because life is measured by numbers as distances are measured. Nor because pain can be reduced to a cold equation. But because the soul, in its depth, learns in the same way the universe learns. Through pattern, through repetition, through the result that always follows the cause. Everything that happens to you is not merely an event. It is a new number added to the sequence of your existence. Even things that seem random leave behind a trace resembling a hidden law. When you lose something you love, you are not only in pain. You are discovering a new proportion between attachment and freedom. You discover that the soul had leaned more than it should. So the experience comes to return it to its center. Just as geometry returns a line to its straightness. And when you succeed, success is not merely a fleeting joy, but also a lesson in balance. How not to let increase turn into arrogance. And how the heart maintains the same rhythm, even when the melody rises. Experiences are not punishments. They are precise corrections. As if life writes you a problem. Not to torment you, but to awaken within you the capacity to understand. Observe a child learning to walk. They fall once, then again, and again. But each fall is not a failure. It is a step within the equation. The body learns the right proportion between the ground and the foot. And the soul also learns the right proportion between fear and attempt. And so it is with us. Every relationship you go through is a lesson in the hidden numbers of hearts. How much should you give? How much should you keep? And where does love end and loss begin? Every small decision is part of the geometry of your life. A simple angle can change the entire path. Just as a small deviation at the beginning creates an enormous distance in the end. This is the deep meaning of spiritual mathematics. To understand that everything is connected. That cause is not far from effect. That chaos is not entirely chaos, but an order we have not yet read. The human soul is flexible like geometric shapes. It expands, contracts, sometimes breaks. But it always returns to seek its correct form. Even the silence that comes after an experience is not emptiness. It is the space of internal calculation. The moment when the soul rearranges its numbers and understands what has changed. Every experience, no matter how simple or harsh, is a mathematical lesson for the soul. A lesson in balance. A lesson in the right proportion between the inner and the outer. A lesson in the harmony that is born only after imbalance. As if life is quietly telling you. You will not understand yourself with words alone, but with the rhythm you emerge from every experience. More balanced. Closer to the one. Every small decision is part of the total pattern of the universe. We sometimes think that only big decisions shape destiny. That life only changes at the great turns. At travel, at loss, at beginnings or endings. But the truth is quieter and deeper. Life is written with small decisions. With choices that pass like a breeze. And we do not notice that they leave a trace in the geometry of the soul. The decision to remain silent instead of wounding. The decision to walk instead of staying in your place. The decision to postpone anger, or to open a window on a closed day. These things seem simple. But they are not simple in the total pattern. In Pythagorean philosophy, nothing is separate. Every number is connected to what came before and what comes after. And every movement in the universe has its place in the overall order. So it is with you, too. A small decision today is a point on a long line. And perhaps you do not see the line now. But time sees it. Just as a distant star moves according to a law. So do your thoughts move according to your choices. And so does your soul bend or straighten. Based on what you do in the details. Sometimes, one simple choice changes the entire rhythm. To wake up a few minutes earlier. To apologize. To say a kind word. To refrain from something you know breaks you. These are not fleeting moments. These are precise adjustments in the equation. Just as music changes with a single note. A human's path changes with a single step. The universe does not make itself through leaps, but through organized repetition. The rotation of planets, the succession of night and day, the regularity of the pulse. And you, too. You revolve in your life with small decisions. Gathered by days as numbers are gathered in a long sequence. Until they form a complete meaning. You may choose something today. And not know why you chose it. But years later, you discover it was part of a larger pattern. Weaving you slowly. The brethren of purity believed that the apparent is the action. And the hidden is its subtle effect on the soul. A small decision is a simple apparent. But its hidden aspect may be a complete transformation. To choose good once is a number. To choose it again is a pattern. For it to become your natural choice is internal harmony. And thus virtue is built. Not as a sudden quality, but as a system that repeats until it becomes music. Every small decision is a stone in a building you do not yet see. It is a number in the book of the universe. It is part of a greater harmony, extending between the heavens and the heart. So nothing is lost. And nothing passes without meaning. Every choice, even the smallest choice, is an arrow in a direction. And the soul, in the end, is the sum of the directions you have chosen in silence. Living according to numbers means understanding the relationship between cause and effect. It does not mean turning life into a calculation table, nor making the heart a machine that measures everything coldly, but rather to realize, calmly, that the universe does not move arbitrarily, that everything has an effect, and that every effect has an origin. In the world of Pythagoras, numbers are not merely quantities, but hidden laws. An internal order that makes chaos seem less chaotic. When we look deeper, cause and effect, they are the music of existence. You place your hand on a certain string, and a certain melody emerges. You change the string, and the melody changes. So it is with life. A word you say in a moment of anger may seem small, but it leaves a wave. It extends. It repeats, and returns to you in a way you do not expect. And a simple glance of mercy may create in another person's soul a balance you do not know. Causes are not always big, but consequences expand like circles. Just as a small number can change an entire equation, so can a simple decision change the path of the heart. Living according to numbers is to see the relationship rather than only the event. To understand that fatigue is not merely fatigue, but the result of long neglect of the soul. And that peace is not a coincidence, but the result of an internal harmony that accumulated in silence. The brethren of purity hinted at this meaning, that the apparent is what happens, and the hidden is why it happens. The effect is apparent, the cause is hidden, and wisdom is to connect the two, to not live on the surface of events, but in their hidden roots. When you plant anxiety every day, you harvest disturbance in the end. And when you plant presence, you harvest tranquility resembling light. Not because life always rewards you, but because the law works in silence. Just as order works in the stars, everything returns to the right proportion. Even the human soul has its causes and effects. Jealousy is the result of fear. Anger is the result of a wound. And strength is the result of long patience. And virtue is not something that descends suddenly, but the result of harmony between thought and body. Living according to numbers is to become aware of this chain. Cause, then effect, then meaning. To pause a little and say within yourself, what am I planting now? And where will this rhythm lead me? It is not a direct moral question, but a geometric question for the soul. Because the soul, in the end, moves like shapes. If you change the angle, you change the entire path. And thus a person becomes more balanced. When they understand that their life is not chaos, but a long equation, written every day, with small causes and great consequences. The human soul is flexible like geometric shapes. The soul is not a fixed stone, nor a sealed fate. It is a living thing that takes shape. Just as shapes change in geometry, without losing their essence, the soul also changes, without losing its truth. It may break sometimes, but breaking is not the end of the shape, but the beginning of a new angle. In Pythagoras's world, shapes are not merely lines, but symbols of existence. The circle is not just a circle, but the meaning of perfection. And the triangle is not merely three sides, but a balance between forces. And so it is with humans. We go through experiences that press upon us, pull us, test our internal flexibility. So we discover we are not as we thought. We are not completely rigid. nor completely fragile. We are capable of transformation. The soul expands in love and contracts in fear. It widens in understanding and narrows in anger. But it always returns to seek its correct form. The brethren of purity believed that the apparent is the image, and the hidden is the truth, and the soul combines the two. It is an image that changes, and a truth that seeks harmony. Like a piece of clay in the hands of time, every experience reshapes it. The goal is not to remain as you were, but to become more balanced. To transform without getting lost. To bend without breaking. To change without losing your center. Even pain may be a hidden geometric process. It cuts away excesses, adjusts deviations, returns the line to its path. And maturity is not something sudden, but a new form for the soul. After thousands of small bends, the human soul is flexible. Like geometric shapes. It changes. It balances. And always seeks harmony. As if all of life says in silence. You are not a rigid number, but a living equation. And you are not a final shape, but a journey toward the most beautiful shape.